Hello everyone, I am Roman Empire, your host, MC, commentator. So pleased to have you with us yet again as we have another edition of MFW Warzone. Greetings everyone, supporters, true believers, MFers, all the loyal fans who keep coming back, keep supporting us. Thank you so much. We have another jam-packed edition of our first half of Warzone here in the hot vice town of Miami, Florida. We're kicking off with a bit of a feud that's been brewing over recent weeks. An Avengers and Masters of Evil rivalry. The Odin sons have been going at it. Started when Loki attacked Thor after he qualified for a Multiversal Championship match that eventually got him the title belt at Flashpoint. Loki has now formed a tentative alliance, it seems, with Thanos, who's accompanying him to the ring tonight for singles action. They were in tag team action last week. During that tag team match, it was an incredibly competitive matchup. And then out of nowhere, Loki hitting the low blow on Thor, causing the disqualification. Nothing really settled. Avengers got the win technically, but it didn't really end in a manner that made anybody happy, except perhaps Loki. So Thor has challenged Loki to a one-on-one match here tonight. Loki, of course, flanked, as you see, by Thanos. Thor will be accompanied to the ring by the man he teamed with, fellow Avengers member, Tony Stark, aka Iron Man. It'll be Thor versus Loki, one-on-one, the current Multiversal champion, and the man who picked a fight with him before he ever held that title, but perhaps in mind the fact that this man would hold the championship down the line. Obviously, we know Loki, partial to scheming. Would not surprise me in the least if he were to devise a plan, take advantage of the fact that Thor's pride was wounded. Speaking of which, making his way to the ring with Avengers brother in tow, Iron Man, the Multiversal champion, the son of Odin, the god of thunder himself, Thor. In all his glory there, you see wearing that title belt around his waist, the inaugural first ever Multiversal champion of the Warzone brand. There's been speculation as to perhaps a bit of jealousy or at least competitiveness from the known ego that is Tony Stark, unable, of course, to win in that fatal four-way match for the Multimedia Championship, was actually pinned. Many say off a fluke moment. But he has nonetheless stayed by the side of Thor in this back and forth between these two brothers. These Asgardians ready to go one-on-one. And let's not waste any more time. Let's kick things off here at Warzone. Both men just waiting to get their hands on each other. And Loki looked like he was perhaps bailing out of the ring, went up to the top rope. Ill-advised move as Thor now takes advantage with this big maneuver here. A delayed superplex off the second rope. Lands him hard. Not a great start for Loki here. As the god of cunning and schemes, it's a little surprising that he would go for such a, well, frankly, stupid move, going to the top rope so early. Now Thor takes full advantage. Ooh, went for, it looked like a flying forearm there. Wasn't able to floor Thor, though. Ooh! Face first with the flatliner. Thor so far just battering away at Loki, wearing him down. Seems to have this well in hand so far. But a neck breaker, turning things around. Irish whip here. Again, big back elbow, not able to floor the powerhouse that is Thor, though. Both weighing in at over 600 pounds, but in the power game and the toughness game, that powerbomb reversal there. Easily, Thor has the advantage over Loki. Now working the leg. Gotta think he wants to hit that Thor's hammer as quickly as possible and end this, or perhaps he wants to draw out the punishment after that low blow last time. Here we go, that military presses overhead. Down he goes. Tried to pull off that move during that attack. Of course, Mira was at... Oh, Thanos distracting the referee there during the pin. Loki getting a bit of a breather here. But, oh, just enough. Just enough of a distraction to eventually get his bearings and reverse that attempted finisher. As now suddenly Loki looks to be building a little bit of momentum, trying to change things here. He's got Thor lined up. I've seen this before. Loki driver. Could he nail it? No, no! Reverse into a back body drop. Thor scouting that move this time. Not falling for it a second time. Of course, these two obviously know each other very well. No surprise they would have an answer for each other's biggest moves. As Thor goes for another finisher here. Can he nail it? Bringing the hammer down. In for the pin. 1, 2. Only a 2. Only a 2 count. Thor a little disbelieving of that, but very clear 2 count. Loki managing to kick out. Once again, Thor fully in control of the match. Loki trying to fight back into this. You gotta wonder what he can do to shift this match back in his favor. Going for a quick pin, probably not going to be enough, but wearing down Thor, trying to slow down the pace that Thor's set. Obviously, these wearing down moves, these submissions, these holds, meant to try and dictate the pace. Thor has had such a run of momentum here. Another military press. Slammed hard. Dropped from that height. Beeled across the ring like nothing. Clear power advantage for Thor here. These two just fighting it out. So much bad blood, and yet at the same time, these two bonded as brothers. Oh! Knee to the gut. Thin line between love and hate, as they say. Thor now taking the boots to Loki. Big chop to the throat. So far, though, looks like Thor really has this well in hand. Another stomp to the face. Multiversal champion showing why he has that title around his waist. Thanos and Iron Man watching at ringside. Loki's struggling to stay in this, but he can imagine if he gets a win over the Multiversal champion, what that would mean, how much that would boost his ego, how much it would irk Thor to lose to Loki that way. As he sets up for another finisher here, though. Maybe too soon to call that. Wait, no, reversal. He's got him. Wait. We haven't seen this before. Ragnarok. Hits the Ragnarok face first into the mat. This could be it. 1, 2, 3. Loki wins with a Ragnarok out of nowhere. Pulling out that second finishing maneuver, grabbing the arms after reversing the Thor's hammer attempt. Impressive last minute desperation move, but it picks up the victory for Loki, and he now has a win over the Multiversal Champion. Have to think he's going to try and leverage that for a potential title shot in the future. Would not be surprised. Hell of a match between these two, but in the end, Loki pulling out a big upset victory. But we got more to come. We'll move on. Multiversal Women's Champion in action now. Taking on another competitor in the women's division. Saw her successfully defeat Spider-Gwen in a great match last time, and now she has a new opponent. Promising to work her way through the division. We'll see if she can pull that off. Carol Danvers makes her way to the ring. Title around her waist. Won that at Flashpoint against fellow Avengers She-Hulk. After qualifying by beating Wonder Woman, so she's already beaten some big names in the women's division. And we saw one member of that 8-woman battle royal in that initial first episode of Warzone with Spider-Gwen. And now a second, Zatanna looking to try and topple the champ. Pull off a big upset. Can she do the same thing that Loki did? Beating the champion in one-on-one competition. Put herself in that title hunt. Obviously, she's got quite a few tricks up her sleeve. Is one of them going to get her the victory over Captain Marvel here tonight? Ready to square off. Referee ready to ring that bell. And there you have it. Let's kick this off. A DC Marvel matchup here. These two don't know each other, have not met before. So this feeling out process here, not unexpected. Trying to get a gauge on their opponent's abilities, strengths, weaknesses. Excuse me. Your boy's been recording a lot of these. It's starting to show. Zatanna pushing Captain Marvel into the corner there. Don't really want to get into a power game matchup with Captain Marvel if you're not someone like She-Hulk or Power Girl, but interesting that that's the tack that Zatanna went with here. Zatanna obviously having a more crafty offense. Ooh! Bucking her off that top rope. Those reversals, that technical skill is what's going to be the upper hand for Zatanna as, oh! Flips over out of the pump handle suplex into a German. Didn't see that coming. German suplex from Zatanna. And now a knee to the face. Very impressive so far from the young magician here. Oh, slammed into the mat though. All it takes is one big move like that, one big power move, and Captain Marvel's right back into things. Which is the danger that Zatanna has to avoid. She starts to get pounded here on the ground. Obviously, we talked about the technical prowess of Zatanna, but no stranger to technical prowess is Captain Marvel. See, locking that triangle. Oh, hung up on the top rope. Looked like he was going for a clothesline there. Only a one count. So far, somewhat even matchup, but you have to think with the big moves favoring Captain Marvel when it comes to power so far. Oh, but a second German. As I say that, I was about to say it seemed like Captain Marvel had the upper hand in this matchup, but it really looks like Zatanna has taken full control of this match. Setting up now. Could we see it? Oh, went for the vanishing act, but rolled into the knees. Took out the legs instead. Went for the quick pin. Only a 2 count. That vanishing act normally a rolling through the ropes into a neck breaker from behind the opponent. Miscalculated the distance though. Not able to get all of it. That could come back to bite her. forearms into the lower back as Zatanna tries to stay in control. Obviously trying to avoid another big power move that gives Captain Marvel the upper hand again. Stomping away at the limbs. Captain Marvel fighting back into this. Once again rebounding her opponent off the top rope there. Just toying when it comes to power with her opponent. Big lariat there, didn't get all of it. Normally goes through a roll through lariat. Shooting star! Is it enough? 1, 2, only a 2 count. Hit that shooting star, but only a 2 count. Once again locking in that triangle around the neck. As I'm rolling through. The impressive strength to be able to just power your opponent through in such a way from that position. Gotta think this is wearing down Zatanna, making it harder for her to breathe. It makes it very difficult to run or get any stamina in you. Oh, wait a minute, up top. Can we see it again? No. Thought maybe going for a shooting star press, but not what she's thinking. Oh, looked like she was going for a hurricane run, a power bombed into a bridge. Only a 1 count, but an impressive reversal. It looked like she was going for either maybe a sit-out Meteora style move or a Hurricane Rana, but got power bombed viciously into that bridging pin. But the toughness of the champ, not enough to keep her down even for a 2 count. Oh, from the top, crash and burn. Looked like a flying forearm style move. Zatanna getting out of the way as just crumpled in a heap on the outside did the champ. That looked ugly. Not even sure how Marvel's standing right now. Oh, sunset flip. Seen this before. Into a power bomb. Sit out. Lands it. Will she go for the pin here? We saw this move take out Spider going 1, 2. Oh, 2.9. Ever so close, but not quite enough to get the job done. Zatanna still hanging in there. Oh, but a big backbreaker. And it looks like she might be going for it this time. Will it be the shooting star press? Yes, splashed! Gotta be it. 1, 2, 3. Yep, right home. That one's over. An impressive show of resilience, a valiant effort from Zatanna. But in the end, the champ picking up another W in impressive fashion. Took some big hits there. Suffered some real big setbacks in that match that could have easily cost her the entire match. Obviously, that move to the outside, I'm thinking of. That crash and burn. But, and right here, of course, that quick power bomb into the bridge. But in the end, the toughness of the champ, pulling out yet another victory. Congratulations to Carol Danvers, the Multiversal Women's Champion, on yet another check in the win column. The Multiversal Women's Champion on a roll. Gotta wonder who she'll face next week, and if she'll pull out yet another win and keep this streak going, keep that momentum building. We're moving on. Still more action to come, of course. We're staying in the women's division for the moment, but we're going to women's tag team action. The Undisputed Women's Tag Team Champions out of Fight Night, visiting Warzone once again to contend with another one of Warzone's teams after an unfortunate loss to Raven and Starfire of the Teen Titans, looking to get back some respect from the Warzone locker room by beating another prominent team. Will not be a rematch. They'll be facing a different duo this time. Black Canary and Batgirl looking to get their win back on a different member of the roster. Or duo of members, I should say. Who will they be facing? Well, a team that were on separate corners of the 8-woman battle royal. However, they're very close, connected, know each other very well. Members of the House of L here. Supergirl and Power Girl. Obviously, two Karas from two different Earths. Two of the big powerhouses of the women's division. Supergirl still reeling. She was the first eliminated in that 8-woman battle royal in the first ever episode of Warzone. Meanwhile, her partner there, Power Girl, was one of the last two in that matchup. Eventually eliminated by She-Hulk, who would go on to face current champion at Flashpoint. But they're working together here in tag team action, looking to put themselves on the map by beating the champions, adding themselves to that picture along with Raven and Starfire after their win. Batgirl and Supergirl here starting off. Ooh, went for a big dropkick and just sidestepped. As Supergirl now fighting for control with Batgirl in this back and forth here. Once again into a headlock. These two both taking it slow so far, feeling each other out. They know each other. They've probably got a good handle on each other's abilities. Samoan drop there. But at the same time, it's essentially a friendly bout. All four members of this matchup, heroines in their own rights. Not quite the vicious blood feuds you'd see from the types of Loki and Thor that we saw earlier. But no strangers, as they were with Zatanna and Captain Marvel. Batgirl now wrenching the back, stretching in that surfboard style maneuver. Well, Power Girl obviously looks like the powerhouse of the group, equal in strength to her partner, which is something that the team of Batgirl and Black Canary have to take into account. They're a more acrobatic, more quickness-based offense and defense, going up against two powerhouses who have considerable speed and agility of their own. So they're really going to have to play a tactical tag team matchup here. Oh, big boot washed across the jaw of Supergirl. Batgirl's not made a tag here yet. God, I think she's going to want to do that soon. Black Canary, the freshest of the four in this match. Foot DDT there. Continuing to work the leg, trying to take out the base of a power and aerialist like Supergirl. Very wise. Take away that high flying game as well as the ability to lift you or put power behind punches. As a tag is made here. Oh, could we see it already? Bird's eye view. Nails it. That tag finish of the bird's eye view already hit, but broken up before a 1 count by Power Girl. Obviously that dynamic of a tag team matchup. Oh, just shoved Black Canary off of Supergirl, then made that full half circle around the ring to try and get in a low clothesline and got shoved aside somehow. And now Supergirl is alone. Nobody on the apron to make the tag. Ooh, big tackle. Easily floored by Supergirl there. Now these series of clotheslines, but she still has no partner to tag here. Oh, went for the big, looked like a clothesline there, and it did not pay off. Missing just short. Oh, but this one lands the punch, the Supergirl punch across the jaw. Broken up. Going up top in enemy territory, not advisable. And there's exactly why. That kick. And another as she sent tumbling off the top turnbuckle. Obviously, this is a big adjustment for many of the members of both our rosters, is getting used to these rules and the structures of these matches. Essentially ring rookies, many of them, even for those who have fought for decades now. Ooh, big drop kick off the apron. She's going up top to the top turnbuckle here. Opponent on the outside. This is dangerous territory here. Oh! Looked like maybe a top elbow or a double axe handle over the back of the head and neck while she was distracted by Batgirl. Batgirl and Black Canary are an exceptionally well-oiled team, which may be the slight advantage they have, whereas Supergirl and Power Girl are allies, certainly, but they're not a team that's used to working together on a regular basis. In sheer team experience, I would give the edge to Birds of Prey for that reason. Already on a 7 count, these two need to watch out. Don't want to get counted out. Quick tag made here. Batgirl back into the match. Supergirl attempting to drag Batgirl to the corner of her team. Not able to. Taking a little too long to try and do so. Batgirl's on a roll here. Stopping her from making the tag to Power Girl. Crucial moment there. Big back elbow staggering into a neck breaker. That swinging neck breaker is not going to be enough, clearly, but wearing down her opponent. A 2 count off of a move like that shows that Supergirl's been worn down here. One big move could be all it takes to put her away. And quick pins like that can be used in that way to get an idea for exactly how exhausted, how much damage has been done to your opponent. Ooh, huge clothesline leveling Batgirl there. Tag made here. Black Canary finally in her corner, but here we go. Red Sun powerbomb. Big double team from these two. Into the pin. One. Only a 1 count. Surprising there. That's a tag team finisher. Batgirl managing to kick out before the 2. Talk about the resiliency and the guts of Barbara Gordon. Into that arching submission there. Power Girl fighting out though, prying the arms off. Tag made here. Could we see it again? Another finisher perhaps? Yes, going for the bird's eye view. Will we see another pin? One. Oh, and broken up. Batgirl looked like she was going for maybe an enziguri, but came up short. The exhaustion showing in their bodies. Landed hard and then had a bit of a struggle getting back to her feet. Ooh, huge clothesline into a kip up from Power Girl. That's that deadly combination of power and agility, as well as speed from House of L. Both members so dangerous. As we saw in Power Girl lasting to the final 2 of that 8-woman battle royal, nearly getting a shot at the Multiversal Women's Championship. Tag made. Boot to the face. And a split. Oh, misses. Black Canary rolling out of the way. Hurricane Rana. Gotta think Black Canary's going to want to make another quick tag. Everyone in this match has been through the ringer. Staying in too long can be dangerous. You get exhausted. It makes it easier for your opponent to find a moment to pin you. Another bird's eye view. In for the pin. 1, 2. Oh, 2.9 before. Broken up by Power Girl. Now a DDT. Power Girl taken out of the equation. Submission being applied here. It's important to note Power Girl not on the apron. Another crucial potential moment for the Birds of Prey to take advantage. Ooh, went for a low slide there, ducked out of the way, dodged by Batgirl. Oh, driver onto the head. The Omega driver must have picked that move up from Darkseid. There was a time where Supergirl was one of his furies. Sure, she does not have fond memories of that big miss on the splash, but kept the effective move as Hurricane Rana allows Batgirl to go to the top rope here. Oh, stomps to the gut. Power Girl recovering there on the bottom of your screen. Big slap from Supergirl. Springboard kick. Oh, went for that Supergirl punch. Quick backstep from Batgirl to avoid it. And that crucial half stutter step dodge might have just been the game changer here as another bird's eye view is landed. Canary in for the pin. 1, 2, 3, and your Undisputed Women's Tag Team Champions are the winners. Big win for Black Canary and Batgirl beating House of L. So many big moments. We thought this match could have been over for either team at any of those points. But the series of tag team finishers from Birds of Prey eventually wearing down Supergirl and Power Girl. Probably that big key moment was that attempted Supergirl punch when Batgirl took that half-step dodge backwards, avoided the blow, and able to set up another tag team finisher. Congratulations to the champs as we move back into the men's division. The Multimedia Championship division has been mired in a bit of controversy after the fatal four-way win. Many of the members claiming a fluke victory from Miles Morales. And while Iron Man's been focused on assisting the Multiversal champion Thor with his issues, this man has been suffering a bit of a slump ever since winning that title, unable to pick up singles victories. Lost to Ant-Man, who claimed "you didn't pin me," and then proceeded to beat the champion, lending some credence to that claims. Shazam redeemed himself after beating Black Adam in singles action after his freeze at Flashpoint, and now he has a chance to take on the champ, also not involved in the finish of that match directly. If he can win, he proves the same point as Ant-Man. And you gotta think, if that's the case, both men have a potential claim to a rematch for the title one-on-one against Miles Morales. Can Miles Morales turn this ship around and start picking up wins and building momentum towards his first defense of that championship? As Billy Batson here makes his way to the ring, looking to capitalize on the momentum of his victory over Black Adam. Referee getting ready to ring that bell. Shazam easily overpowering Morales into the corner. Obviously a friendly bout between these two. No hatred or disrespect. Oof! A big clothesline into the corner, but not going to take it easy on one another. Big alley-oop as Shazam tries to exploit the power difference between these two. Oof! And the weight difference as well, obviously, in two different classes. Acrobatic, high-flying, cruiserweight style of Morales, very different than the powerhouse style of the heavyweight. Heel kick levels Shazam here. You gotta think Spider-Man is wanting to prove himself after that big loss against Ant-Man in singles competition. Considering the controversy of that Fatal 4-Way win, picking up losses does not look good for the credibility of your championship reign. Oh, turnbuckle powerbomb. Tossed with such ease by Batson there. Strength of his own, though, from Spider-Man, as we're seeing. No slouch in that department. Deceptively strong. As he moves up to the top rope here. Elbow drop to the spine. You see the way Batson flailed. In for a quick pin. Not even a 1 count. That's got to be worrisome if you're the champ. If you've just pulled out all these moves and you didn't even get a 1 count off of a move like that. That's got to make you a little worried. Big dropkick, floors aiming for that lightning bolt across the chest. Morales going to want to do whatever he can to wear down the more powerful opponent. Seems to be focusing a lot on those arms. Trying to minimize the ability for his opponent to lift him. A little quick "you can't see me" from Shazam there. Oh! Tilt-a-whirl power slam. How quick he can pull that move out. Always so impressive. 1 minute, you're just looking at them locking up, and the next moment he's already spinning halfway and planting his opponent into the mat. As now he sets up here, looking for a finish. Seen this before, ending plenty of matches. Electric chair drop, German suplex. Into the pin. 2.5. Only the 2 count. Shazam can barely believe it. But Morales, as you got to imagine, has a lot of heart, wants to kick out as much as he possibly can. Knees up! Knees up during the splash, catching the ribs. Morales almost desperate for a victory here. Oh, here we go. Head scissors DDT. High impact. Head scissors DDT. Morales now looking for that web sling neck breaker. Lands it. 1, 2. Only a 2. Close, but not quite. Big finisher there, but it's not enough. Got to think Miles Morales is wondering, what does he have to do to put away someone like Shazam? Taking it to the corner now. Using those acrobatics, those high-flying abilities to make a comeback here. Stomps to the chest. Ooh! Another head scissors DDT incoming. Busts him open. Shazam is busted open. This could be it for Batson. Calling for him to stand up, looking for a high-flying maneuver here. Oh, and a neck breaker off the top turnbuckle. Setting up for a finish. No good. Reversed. Into a single leg Boston Crab here. See the blood pouring down from the forehead of Batson. Those power dampers in the arena making a lot of these normally invulnerable individuals far more vulnerable. Probably not used to bleeding so easily. Oh, big clothesline, just clips, but it's enough. This could be it. Setting up for a finish. Up on the back. We haven't seen this before. Rock of Eternity. 1, 2, 3, and another check in the L column for the multimedia champion Miles Morales. Spider-Man picking up another loss. Fought hard, a valiant effort, so resilient, so tough, but not enough to get the job done against Shazam. Billy Batson continues his winning streak, and the champ has not been able to catch a break since winning that title, lending a bit more credence each and every time he gets in the ring to this idea that his victory was a fluke. He's got more to come, of course, in part 2 of Warzone. Thank you once again for joining me. I'm Roman Empire, your host, your MC, your commentator, your friendly neighborhood Roman Empire, and I am so glad to share this with you each and every time I get on this mic. So remember to like, comment, subscribe, hit the notification bell so you don't miss a thing. Let us know what kind of matches you want to see in the future and what you think of the ones you just saw. Be good to each other.